Alright, so in this video I'm going to tell you my 3 tips to become a master pianist in just 10 years. So 10 years ago in 2010 is when I actually started playing piano. And believe it or not, I'm actually doing my masters at the moment, soon to be completed, in music performance teaching in piano. So let me just give you a quick rundown of my life so far. At the end of 2009 at Christmas time, so December 25th, we got a keyboard given to us for Christmas. When I say us, it's me and my 2 sisters, and my mum and dad gave us the keyboard as a present. Now, the keyboard was a small 60 something odd keyboard, which was not touch sensitive. It was one of those light up, sort of almost like a toy kind of thing. So I got bored that summer, to be honest. I think I was going from year 8 in school to year 9. And I got bored, started teaching myself some chords, and took a bit of an interest in it. Just been nothing but progress, and very fast and efficient progress, to be honest. So 2010 I found myself a great teacher, and I got myself my first upright piano. Yes, it's this beautiful sort of brownish mahogany color Schumann piano, and so I was very grateful to have that in my house to practice on, because I had such a great instrument and because I had the will to succeed and to become better, and also to become a pianist. That I sort of had this vision to become a pianist in 2010. I just really was hungry for it, and because of this I practiced so much. I practiced at least 2 hours every day. I remember waking up 6 a.m. in the morning, doing an hour, and then doing an hour after school as well, having an early-ish sort of dinner, and then doing all my other homework for school from year 9, 10, 11, and for year 12. Don't know how I did it, but it's all a blur now, but I am where I am because of that. So 2013, year 12 comes along, so I did VCE music. We've got in Australia called VCE music, which is year 11 and 12. So I did that. It's of course requires such a high standard of playing in any instrument that you do it in. And I also did my AMEB grade 8 piano certificate, which is the highest sort of graded certificate that you can do, part of the Australian Music Examinations Board, of course before the diplomas. So everybody sort of told me, well, everybody did tell me that they didn't think I was going to get into university to study music, because, well, every other pianist had started when they were 4 or 5 or, latest 9 sort of thing. I started at 14 and a half. So I defied the odds, practiced, and was so lucky enough to get an offer to study at the University of Melbourne in 2014. That's the start of 2014, to study my Bachelor of Music in piano performance. So I was really lucky, and I remember the first sort of week having performance classes and lectures and things, and my colleagues, of course, all had started when they were 4, 5, 6 years of age, and they were playing from memory. I had never memorized a piece in my life, but again, conquered, defied the odds, and that first year of my bachelor degree, I was memorizing Chopin etudes, Bach preludes and fugues, and of course we had to do all the scales and things, all technical work. So ever since 2014 I've been memorizing sort of every piece that I perform in public. Solo, that is. Where to from there? So 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, completed my bachelor degree and honours. So I was lucky enough to get into honours for 2017. Part of the honours we had to do a concerto. So I picked Ravel's Piano Concerto in G. Absolutely love it. If you haven't heard it, go listen to it. Absolutely great piece with the orchestra. 2018, I got an offer to study my Masters of Music at the University of Melbourne. Practiced at least 3 hours a day during my bachelor degree. Honours year was about at least 4 or 5 hours a day, and my masters was at least 6 hours minimum, 6 hours minimum every day. It's also important to note that I did not come from a musical family. Honestly, I think that if you have the willpower and you want to succeed in music, you will, just like I have. It's 2020 now, and I have accompanied choirs, accompanied singers, played with orchestras, held public recitals with at least 50 people there, and it's only going to grow from here. I'm currently studying all of Beethoven's 32 piano sonatas, so if you want to check that out, that's all on my Instagram. I'm posting sort of a minute clip of each sonata as I go through them, and I'm currently up to the Pathétique sonata, so do go check my Instagram out and give that a follow if that's something you're interested in. But anyway, let's get to my 3 tips that I think you should really take on board to succeed. So my first tip is to, of course, practice, but I know you've heard this absolutely 1,000 times already. I want to just say, practice the right thing, and do not let yourself get away with wrong practice. Wrong practice is when you practice something, it doesn't sound exactly the way that you want it to sound. If you're practicing and it sounds wrong and you're letting mistakes in, it's so hard to progress, trust me. I used to do it. I'm not gonna lie, in my first few years of piano playing, I used to do it all the time, let myself get away with mistakes, but that stops when you become serious. You know, you kind of want to play, but you want to practice as well, and you want to be the best sort of pianist that you possibly can. And this is how you do it. Trust me on this. It is very crucial that you practice correctly. We sort of work to this sort of perfection, yeah? And, you know, we may or may not ever get there, but practice is very important that you do it correctly. This is very important as well. Have a good mentor, or get a good teacher, or just have someone that you look up to, even if it's Arthur Rubinstein's recordings. It's very important that you kind of aspire to be better, and you kind of use a role model to sort of get there. Number 3. Tip number 3, I think, for now, will be don't give up. Just don't give up. If you want to play that Pathétique sonata from Beethoven, if you want to play La Campanella by Liszt, if you want to play the hardest piece known to man, don't give up. I understand sometimes we need a break. That's different. Give yourself a break. I work so much better when I've taken a couple days off practice, which doesn't happen regularly. And if you take too long of a break as well, you will step backwards in your progress, and it'll be this constant fight of, you know, you go away for a week, then you practice for a week, then you go away for a week, and then you practice for a week, and then you don't feel motivated for a week, so you just don't practice at all. And that's the other thing as well. Trying to stay motivated is very hard. Again, try and find yourself some really good recordings of really great pianists, and also try and practice the pieces that you love also, and from the composers that you enjoy listening to their music. I think that's all for now. If you have any other questions for me, please do leave a comment down below. Make sure you hit that like button and smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.